What's up, everyone? It is Tuesday night. I've got some Murder, She Wrote on. I've got, wait, I think I have a light that I want to plug in. Let me see if this works. I put my ring light back on. There we go. Put my ring light back on. Give me a little bit more light over here. You can see it right up in this corner. Get a little more light here. You guys want to see my pretty face? I know. So today, we're going back to 1986. And I swear, if 1986 was the set that I had bought when I first started playing about a year and a half ago, back in like May or March or April, whatever it was in 2024, that's the season I'd be working on. In fact, don't be surprised if I kind of abandon the 1989 season. I played 4 weeks, but don't be surprised if I abandon it and kind of stick with 86, because 86 is just my favorite season. A lot of fun teams, a lot of fun players. The Browns went 12-4. That's a big part of it. Bernie Kosar at his best, Slaughter, Langhorne, Brennan, all those cards you saw. If you watched the Browns Patriots game, Browns Bears game from a week or so ago that I played. This would only be game 2 of the season, but don't be surprised if I abandon 1989 and concentrate more on 1986, just because I love it. Today we're going to play week 1. A really fun matchup between the Cowboys and the Giants. So the Giants went 11. Let me paint a picture for you. The Giants went 14-2 that year. I can't remember if they won the Super Bowl. I think they did, but I don't remember. But I think they did. Giants go 14-2. Cowboys 7-9. We're looking at let's look at some of these ratings. I mean, look at this. Let's look at the Giants first. The Giants on offense are a 40 and a 41. Mark Bavaro is a 5. Phil Simms is a 4. Joe Morris is a 5. I mean, this is a great team. Couple of A receivers. Let's look at the defense. Look at this defense. 45 against the run. I've never seen a 45 against the run before on defense. That means that they average 4 point something per player. And I see 2 5s there. I only see 1 3. Everybody else is a 4. This is unbelievable. 42 against the pass, 45 against the run. So then you've got guys like Lawrence Taylor, you've got Leonard Marshall, Harry Carson, Gary Reasons, Jim Burt, Terry Kennard. Like, these are great players. Interception wise, we got Marshall, Reasons, all those same guys. And we got Mark Collins. I mean, this is a great team. So you see what they were. Okay, let's look at Dallas. 36 on the pass. That's not bad. 37 on the run. That's pretty good. On defense, they're 37. They're 32 against the run. That's not great. You can see a couple of 2s there against the run. You've got some great players, though. You've got Herschel Walker and Tony Dorsett leading the way. Herschel Walker was also the leading receiver. He's an A, 23-34. That's a big number. But you got Tony Hill, Mike Sherrard. I mean, we got a lot of good players here. But, those ratings are a little bit low, and they went 7-9. So it tells us that the Giants probably won this game, and they probably won it big. No. Dallas won this game in overtime, 41-38. It was the opening game of the year. Giants lost 2 games. This was one of them. This happened to me a few months back when I was playing Rams 49ers from 1989, where the 49ers were like 14-2 or 15-1 or something. Rams weren't that good. In real life, the Rams won the game, and in my game, the Rams won the game. So I'm going to play this, and we're going to see if Dallas wins this game, even though the Giants, when they're on defense, they're a +6 against the pass and a +8 against the run. And the Cowboys are a -3 against the pass and a gigantic -9 against the run. So, again, Giants should dominate this game, but they didn't in real life. So I'm curious to see what happens as I'm playing the APBA version. So let's get started. I've already done the kickoff. Flip the coin. Giants will kick off. Dallas will receive. It's going to be Phil Simms versus Danny White, Joe Morris versus Tony Dorsett and Herschel Walker, Raul Allegre versus Rafael Septiens. That'll be fun. And all right, let's get started here. Everything's set up. I think I'm good to go. So let's start with our dice. 22 for Raul Allegre in the P column is a 17. And 17, wow, that is 7 yards deep into the end zone. That is 72-09. And who is that? Robert Levette. Robert Levette is our kick returner for Dallas. He's just going to take a knee, not bring it out from 7 yards deep. So Allegre 70, not Allegre, yeah, Allegre 72. First one always takes longer. There we go. And then Levette And it's going to be, he will not bring it out. All right, so we're going to start with Dallas. Again, let's go back to their offense here. Got a lot of A's. Got 4 A's on short passes, 3 on all the passes. With Tony Hill and Mike Sherrard as your starting receivers. Doug Cosby, hey, is your starting tight end. And we look here, you got Tony Dorsett and Herschel Walker will get the majority of the carries. Tony Dorsett has 18 of them. He'll get 50% of the carries. Walker will get about 45%. And then you got Timmy Newsom and Robert Levette in there to clean up. And again, we have Danny White, who is a 3 in this game on offense. And on again, they're 36-37. And then on defense, you just look at this Giants. And I know I went through it when I did the unboxing. But the only guy, you got a 3. Gary Reason's a 3 against the pass. Then you got Mark Collins. The only real weakness, that second corner, is a 2 against the pass and a 3 against the run. I had a bunch of 2s, but I went with Collins because he's a 2-3, not a 2-2. And that's an amazing defense. This ought to be fun. Dallas is they're a passing team. So they were a 45% run, 55% pass. So I'm going to do 1 through 11 for runs, and then they're a running team, not a wait. They are I did that completely wrong. I did that wrong last time too. This should be 1 through 9. And then this should be 10 through 20. So the runs are going to be 1 through 9, and the passes are going to be 10 through 20 on my dice. So all right, let's get started. Standard offense for Dallas. And they're going to start with a 19. That'll be a medium pass. So medium pass will be, where's that? Right here. Medium pass. Check our locators here. 21 on your defense and a 12. 12 is going to be Tony Hill. Tony Hill's an A. 21 on defense is going to be a C, a BS. We'll make it an AS. So medium pass, Danny White to Tony Hill against an AS. 35. It's going to be complete. And he'll get 12. He'll get 12 yards on that first play. So Danny White to Tony Hill for 12. They have Steve Pallor. So the Pro Football Helper has Steve Pallor here as the top passer. I know Danny White started this game. Let's see. He went 23 of 39, 279, 2 touchdowns. Played really well. I wonder who started. Let me see. Can I see Dallas here? Let's see. There we go. Dallas. How many? Did Danny White start some of the games? Here we go. So Danny White started 9. Oh, no, Steve Pallor started 9. Danny White only started 6. Went 4-2. I wonder if he got hurt. He is a J4, so he might have gotten hurt in week 6 or week 7. But Tony Hill is going to get 12. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Dallas now out to the 32-yard line. Good first play. All right, we're going to go with a 12. 12 is going to be another pass. That'll be a short pass. And I'm not going to play very long tonight. I got some stuff to do, but I just want to get this game started. So, 45 on your defense. 45 is always a BS. In this case, it's a BS. 42. Well, 45 is almost always a BS. I'm looking at this +8 card, and it's one of the few. That must be the cutoff, because 45 is always a BS. But in this case, it's a CS. So either +7 or +8, it switches over to a CS. 42 is going to be Mike Sherrard. Mike Sherrard is also an A. He's the Y receiver. He's being guarded by Mark Collins, who wasn't very good. He was at 3 too. But he's an A4, EB3. Mike Sherrard. And let's see. So we'll go BS, make it an AS. So we're running the same play, basically. It's an AS. It's a short pass this time. Danny White to Mike Sherrard. 44, so Danny White starts off with 2 straight completions. This will be 14 yards, and he'll go out of bounds. So White to Sherrard for 14, and he'll go out of bounds. And it's going to be 1st and 10 out to the Dallas 46. 26 yards in 2 plays. That's a good start. All right, a 3. We're going to go inside run. Is this Herschel Walker's rookie year? Let's see, 62. So he's 24. So it's probably his 2nd year, maybe his 3rd year. But yeah, he's got a pretty good card. He's a 4. And 25, and it is going to be Herschel Walker. 25 for the defense is an AG. So Herschel Walker, inside run AG. 24. 24 is a 24. And he's going to get 2 yards on the run. So Walker for 2. And it's going to be 2nd and 8 now. They're at their own 48. Just a minute 15 gone here. Dallas is moving. It's a 4. We're going to stay with the inside run. It's a 15. And it's going to be Herschel Walker again. 15 is BG. So Walker against a BG on an inside run. 63. 63 is a 34, and we have our first attempt at a fumble. F25. So let's roll the orange die. This is my was it a fumble or not die. 1 through 4, the fumble counts. Otherwise, it does not. And it is a 15. That fumble will not count. So we'll use the result of the F25 to determine the result of the play. 14 is not good for the offense. It's going to be nothing. He'll get stuffed right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And it's going to be 3rd down. 3rd and 8 now at the 48 for Dallas. Let's go short pass heavy here. Short pass heavy is 1 through 15 is a short pass. No, 1 through 12 is a short pass. No, it is 1 through 15. 1 through 15 is a short pass. 16, 17, 18, 19 is the medium pass. And that 20 right there is a long bomb. Our first one for Dallas of the game, and they are certainly going to try it out here. So we'll go long pass. And a 22 is pretty good, right? That is going to be a CD. And it's a 53. 53 is Timmy Newsome. He's a B. He's our backup fullback. He's a B on medium and long passes. So this is going to stay CD. That's a rough one there. You have 3 opportunities to catch the ball, and 2 of them are touchdown. Other than that, it's incompletion. There's a lot of interceptions in here too. So let's go ahead and roll it for Danny White. Danny White to Timmy Newsome. Long pass is the call. When it's the fullback like this, I like to pretend that he dumped it off. He couldn't find anybody downfield, so he dumped it off to the fullback. Oh my, it's a 22, and you know what? It's going to be incomplete. It's a 5. But because of that CD, that Giants defense, it is going to be incomplete. Boy, that's usually caught on a long pass. That defense is so good. And it's going to be 4th down. And they're going to bring out Mike Saxon to do the punting. See if they can pin him deep here. Saxon, 16. That is a 14. And that is a very poor punt. That is 34 yards, fair catch by D10. So Saxon goes 34. That's going to be a fair catch. D10 for the Giants is Lionel Manuel. So a fair catch. And if you're wondering why I didn't have to roll for that, because it's on the board. So what did I roll? I rolled a 16. 16 was 14. So you can see here in the punt column, it says 34 FC D10. So that means 34 fair catch by D10. D10 is your TB. And my TB, oh no, wait, D10. Oh no, D10 is McConkey. I'm sorry. D10 is your primary guy. I get confused because 09 is your primary kickoff guy, but D10 for some reason your primary punt returner. So it's actually be McConkey. He's my TA. So he'll be your guy who gets the fair catch. And we'll go ahead and undo it. Let's try to make the stats accurate just in case I do decide. And I'm kind of deciding in my head as we speak here to continue with the 86 season instead of 89. All right, so 1st and 10 back at the 18 for the Giants. And we'll take a look at their players here. Again, we have a really good offense, a 40 against the pass, or 40 on pass, 41 on the run. Lionel Manuel, Mark Bavaro are the 2 A receivers. Look at that Bavaro, 16 to 32. Let's look at that real quick. So Bavaro, yeah, he's an A7. And, yeah, that's a big one. So he's an ET5 A7. So he's best receiver on the team by far, Bavaro. And then you got some other guys down there, including Phil McConkey, no relation to Ladd. And let's see, you got your running backs, Joe Morris, Maurice Carthon, Morris will get the majority of carries. Then you got Carthon, Lieberson, Otis Anderson, young Otis Anderson. Or is it old Otis Anderson? Here he is. This is old Otis Anderson. He's 29. So I think he just came over from Phoenix, or he's going to be on his way to the Cardinals because he played for them at some point. I don't know if it was after or before. But we got Joe Morris here to clean things up. Joe Morris had a great year that year overall in the NFL. Let's see how he did. I know he had a great year. He rushed for 1,516 yards, 14 touchdowns. He had 21 catches for 233 yards and another touchdown. He was one of the best players in football that year. All right, Giants are a running team primarily, so 1 to 11 on the dice will be your runs. 1 to 6 will be inside. 7 to 11 will be outside, and the rest will be passes. And they're going to start with an 8, and that will be an outside run. All right, 23, that will be Joe Morris. 14, oh man, that's not going to be a good defense. That's going to be AD. So Dallas looking pass. We're going to outside run, Joe Morris against an AD. 13 for Morris is an 18, and he'll pick up 8 yards, get pushed out of bounds to start the drive. And it's going to be 2nd and 2. And we're going to 14. That'll be a short pass for Phil Simms. I was always a Phil Simms fan. I kind of liked the Giants back then. I didn't dislike them. 41. 41 is going to be Bobby Johnson. Who is Bobby Johnson? He is our number 2 wide receiver. He's an EB3, B3, went to Kansas. And he's a 3-2. So he's one of those guys on offense that brings him down a little bit. He's a 3 on pass plays, and the offense is a 2 when he's out. He's a 2 out there on run plays. So he's not much of a run blocker. All right, so it's going to be Bobby Johnson. And look at that 66 pop up. That's a CD. Bobby Johnson's a B, so we'll stay at CD. So with Simms to Bobby Johnson, CD, short pass. 44. 44 is a 5, and he is going to get 6 yards and a first down. So Simms finds his second receiver for 6, and that's going to be a first down. 1st and 10 now, over at the 32 for the Giants. A 20. Now they're going to use up their long pass. Oh, and it's not going to be their primary receivers. It's going to be Tony Galbraith, a backup tight end. He's a C on these long passes. 14, though, that's an AG. So we'll make it a BG. We'll go long pass, BG. Simms looking for Galbraith. Where's that at? One more. There it is. All right, so Simms to Galbraith against a BG. So we got a chance here for some yards. Need doubles. 24. I don't think that's going to do it. That's a 19, and that's going to be incomplete for Phil Simms. So both teams used their long pass for this first half, and both teams failed. So if a 20 comes up again, I'm going to call the play myself. And I'll probably call it. Whenever I call the play myself, I give it to the best player. I'll give it to the A receiver. I'll give it to the number 1 running back, things like that. Because I don't want to be biased. 2nd down. Let's go inside run. $44. That's going to be Joe Morris. 63. Boy, I've rolled 14, 14, and 63 on defense. Those are terrible rolls. This is going to be a BD. No, it's not. It's going to be an AD. So Joe Morris against a passing defense. AD on the inside run. 65. That is such a boring roll. 24. He'll get 3. So Joe Morris will get 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. We'll go short pass heavy here. All right, a 9. A 9 is going to be a short pass. 23. There's Bavaro. Mark Bavaro. He's an A. 52. 52 is a CG. And we'll make it a BG. So we'll go short pass BG. Sims to Bavaro. $15, that'll be complete. And he's going to pick up 12 yards. He'll run out of bounds. It'll be enough for a first down. Sims finds Bavaro. Hope he runs out of bounds. But it's 1st and 10. They're up to their own 47, so they're making about as much progress as Dallas. This is right around where Dallas died. Let's see what they can do. Another inside run. And it's a 25, so Joe Morris again. 31. 31 is CS. So Joe Morris against a CS. 43, not a good roll. That's a 32, and we have an incomplete pass. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. We wouldn't have an incomplete pass on an outside run. What was that against? 31 was a CS. All right, there we go. So 32, we get 3 yards, but we have an injury, but we're not playing injuries. So 3 yards. So Joey Morris gets 3. And it is going to be 2nd and 7 now, right at midfield for the Giants. All right, 12. So 12 is going to be a short pass. A 15. 15 is going to be Lionel Manuel. He's our A receiver. He's our number 1. He's an A4, EB3. 61 is a BS. We'll make it an AS. So we'll go short pass AS. Sims to Lionel Manuel. 54, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. It's complete for 9 yards, but there are penalties all over the place here. So let's check the TH. 51. That is a 20. That is illegal contact on the defense. 5 yards and a first down. But we'll take the 9-yard completion, which is also a first down. So Sims to Manuel. Decline the penalty. Make it 1st and 10 on the Dallas 41. So the Giants moving the ball past midfield here. And it is a 6. The 6 is going to be an run play, inside run. Oh, 63. So Joe Morris is going to get a rest here. And we're going to go to Lee Roussan. He's our backup halfback. He's a halfback 2. 53. That's a BS. That's a BS. So inside run BS. Doing a good job of mixing the plays up between run and pass. I know that because I have to flip the board every time. All right, so Lee Roussan on the inside run. 25. And that is a 17. And that's a nice little 7-yard gain for Roussan. Make it 2nd and 3. Down to Dallas's 34-yard line. All right, 4. Stick with that inside run. And Joe Morris is going to come back into the game. And it's going to be against an AS. So Joe Morris, AS, inside run. 31. Good dice rolls here. 17. He'll go for 8. That's going to be first down. Joe Morris with the 8-yard run. Take it down to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. $15. Let's go short pass. 65. That's going to be Otis Anderson. He's a C. 34. That's an AG. Let's make it a BG. Short pass BG. Let's flip our book here. So short pass BG. It's going to be Sims looking for his running back, Otis Anderson. 16. That's a 22, and it's incomplete. Flirting with that interception there. Ball got tipped up in the air, but hit the ground safely. Otis Anderson. It's just going to go down as an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. And let's go short pass heavy here. All right, a 12. That'll be a short pass. 43. 43 is Joe Morris, your running back. He's a C. 44 on defense. Dallas calls that one right. That's an AD. Let's make it a BD. So short pass BD. Sims looking for Joe Morris. 15. It's going to be complete. And he is going to find him for 11 yards and another first down. Sims to Joe Morris for 11. That was a first down plus 1. That's why it was 11. That's going to take it inside the 20, down to the 15, first and 10. Dallas fans are like, our defense isn't supposed to be this bad till 2025. What are you doing? All right. 15, sticking with the short pass. All right, 62. 62 is Tony Galbraith. He is a B on short passes. And look at him, man. He's a tight end, right? I think he's a backup tight end. I don't even see him in here. Is he? Oh, he might be. Oh, he's a backup fullback. That's what he is, a running back. He's right here. Yeah, he's a fullback halfback. And he is a BC3. In this case, he'll be a B because it's a short pass. And then we will go to our defense, 22. 22 is a BD. So we'll stay at BD. Sims to Galbraith. 26 for Phil is a 19. That'll be incomplete. Make it second and 10. So Sims misses Galbraith. Incomplete. Just going to be the Giants' 13th play of this drive. Second down. And it's a 6. That'll be an inside run. Let's see. 53 on both sides. 53. The defense is going to be BS. 53 is Maurice Carthon, the fullback. So he'll run inside against a BS. 64. 64 is a 10. He'll pick up 4 yards, take it down to the 11. All right. Play number 14, third and 6. Let's go short pass heavy. 11 will be a short pass. 21. 21 is Mark Bavaro. He's an A. 23. It's a BG, making an AG short pass. It's a good defense to pass against here. It's going to be Sims looking for Bavaro. 62. That's a 20. And that'll be incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down. All right, let's bring out Raul Alegre to do the field goal kicking here. It's going to be a 28-yarder for the Giants. $23. Oh, I'm not liking that. That's going to be a 24. And that kick is no good. He is going to miss it wide right. All that work on the 15th play of the drive, they're going to miss a field goal and come up with no points. And it stays 0-0. Let's bring Dallas back out. Danny White, bring his players back out on the field here. And they'll start the drive with a short pass. All right, a 15. That'll be a BD. 53. That is Timmy Newsome. And he's an A on short passes, so let's make it AD. We'll go Danny White to Timmy Newsome. 64. That's a 9. That'll be complete. He'll get 6 yards before he's pushed out of bounds. Danny White to Timmy Newsome for 6, right? Yeah, 6 yards out of bounds. Second and 4. We're at that point in Murder, She Wrote where somebody either finds the body or becomes the body. I can't tell if she's going to... Oh, nope, she found the body. Oh, yep, she found the body. All right, let's go standard. And it's a 7. 7's going to be an outside run. And whoever finds the body on this show, somebody else always finds them afterward, and then they get accused of the murder. It's very strange how it happens. right. 21. 21 on your defense on an outside run is BS. 31, we're going to see our Tony Dorsett for the first time. So Tony Dorsett on the outside run against a, what did I say, BS? 21? Yeah, 21. Yeah, BS. So Dorsett's going to run a little sweep play. 64, he's going to make some yards. He's going to turn the corner. And he is going to rumble for 5, and that's a first down. So Dorsett for 5. And let's make it 1st and 10 out to the 31. 6.5 to go in this first quarter. All right, a 20. Okay, so I can call the play here. So it's 1st and 10. Let's call an outside run to Herschel Walker. I was going to say Bo Jackson. Let's call outside run to Herschel Walker. And I don't need to roll this one because this is going to be Herschel Walker. And then a 63 on defense. Oh, Giants getting caught here. That's going to be a CD. So they're looking pass. Outside run to Herschel. 46. That's a 24. He's not going to get anything. He'll get 1. He'll fall forward at the line of scrimmage for 1 yard. And it's going to be 2nd and 9. Let's go Danny White here. Let's go short pass heavy. It's going to be an 18 medium pass. 14. So they're looking for a run. That's going to be a BG. 26 is Herschel Walker. He's an A. So it's going to be a short pass AG. Danny White to Herschel Walker. Oh, a 23. That's a 29. And Danny White's going to get sacked. And he is going to lose 8 yards on the sack. So White -8. Who got him for the Giants? Oh, 11. That's going to be our left defensive end. Leonard Marshall gets his first sack of the game. I'm going to throw Danny White for an 8-yard loss. Make it 3rd and 17. Let's go medium pass heavy. And we're going to get a medium pass. 16 and 16. And that is going to be Doug Cosby. Hey, that's our tight end. I can't do the voice. It's not good. Why? It still feels dark over here. That's so strange. I wonder why. Huh. All right, so Doug Cosby. He's our starting tight end. He's an ET2, 3 on the pass plays. And then he's a B3, so he's a pretty good player. Doug Cosby. So 16 on your defense is an AS. And he's a B, so we'll stay at AS. And we will go medium pass. Danny White to Doug Cosby, AS. Right? No, BS. Okay. 63 for Danny White. That's a 33. And we have fumble attempt number 2. That is an F43. And we're going to roll the die. 1 through 4, the fumble counts. 5 through 20, it does not. Whoops. Actually, let's roll it instead of just throwing it around here. And it is a 12. That fumble will not count. So F43. All right, let's see what the F43 says. 43. And he is going to get sacked again. It's a 10-yard loss this time. Who got it? 62 for the Giants. That's going to be Eric Dorsey. Eric Dorsey, is he a defensive back? He's a defensive end. Derek Dorsey coming in the game. And he is going to get his first sack of the season. That's a big one. That's a 10-yard loss. And Danny White's getting thrown around back there like a rag doll. Living in a movie. So Eric Dorsey. And it is going to be 4th down and 27, back to the 14. And Mike Saxon is going to come out for his second punt of the game. All right. Oh, a 66 is a big one. PAK column is a 4. Yeah, this is a big one. This is 60 yards. 60-yard punt taken by Phil McConkey. So Saxon booms one another. It's going to be all the way back to the 26 of the Giants. Great punt. That was punting from some tough field position. That's a great punt. McConkey, 24, 21. Is that P column? Yeah, 21. McConkey's going to get 2 yards on the return. And boy, Mike Saxon bails them out of some field position issues there. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 28. They're going to start their second drive. First drive, 15 plays, got nothing out of it on a missed field goal. Let's see what they can do this time. 4:45 to go in the quarter. And it is going to be a 19. So Phil Simms is going to go medium pass. He's going to waste no time in trying to get down the field. 43. 43 is going to be Joe Morris. He's a C. 42 on your defense is a CS. So we'll stay at CS on the medium pass. Simms to Joe Morris. 24 for Simms. It's a 19. That's going to be incomplete. Simms actually 4 of 9 so far to start. He's got a pretty good card. He's a 4, but 4 of 9 so far to start. Second and 10. All right, a 17. He's gonna stick with that. Yeah, that's a short pass. Yeah, on a standard offense, that's a short pass. 63. That's going to be Tony Galbraith, his third target. He's a B on short passes. 31 is a CS, so we'll stay at CS on short pass. Simms looking for Galbraith, his favorite target so far. Oh, a 14. That's a 35. We have a 2-yard completion, but we have a TH. We have a penalty. So let's check the TH. 64. And that is going to be grasping the face mask. Defense, 10-yard penalty. The Giants will take that. It's the first accepted penalty for either team. That is going to be a flagrant face mask. That's the 86 is back when there was the 5-yard face mask. Apparently there's a 10-yard face mask too. And there was a 15-yard flagrant one. Make it 1st and 10 now at the 38 for the Giants. All right, a 16. Sticking with that short pass. 46 and 35. 35 is CS. 46 is Stacy Robinson. Stacy Robinson is a B, so we'll stay at CS. There he is. He's an EB2. Another one of those receivers who, he's an EB2, but they made him a B because Simms was pretty good. So he's a B. So we'll stay at CS on the short pass. Simms to Stacy Robinson. 15, it's going to be complete. That'll be good for 7 yards. It's going to be second down. Simms to Stacy Robinson for 7. And let's go 2nd and 3 now at the 45 for the Giants. We'll stay standard here. We'll get a 5. That'll be an inside run. 35, that'll be Joe Morris. 36. 36 is a BS. So Joe Morris on an inside run. Oh, another 63. That's a 14. And we have another fumble chance. That's number 3. F25. So let's roll the orange die. And this fumble will not count. So we'll go F25. $41. Joe Morris is going to lose 4 yards. The Giants offense kind of stalling here a little bit. It's going to be what? Yeah, 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Back at their own 41. Let's go short pass heavy here. And we'll get a medium pass. It's going to be Mark Bavaro. Bavaro is an A. Oh, we got 16s on both sides. Is that the second time that's happened? 16s on both sides. 16 is an AS, so we'll stay at AS. So Sims to Bavaro, an AS. Oh, a big one. 44 is a 5. That's going to be good for 29 yards. Bavaro, Dragon Tacklers. That's what he's famous for. So it was like, what did I say, 29? Yeah. I remember looking at this season when I did the unboxing. I was surprised by, let's see, let's go back one more. And then let's go back again. I'm looking for, here we go. So let's look at the statistics. So player stats, receiving. And if you look at the catches, it was so funny that how in the top 6, you had a tight end, 3 wide receivers, a fullback, Roger Craig's a running back, and then you had another running back. Then you had a J.T. Smith. Then you had 2 more running backs. Like, it was just funny to me how spread out it was among wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs with the receiving yards. But you could see that, right? Let's see. Yeah, you can. Oh, you can't see their names. Move it over here if you want to see the names. Todd Christensen for the Raiders led the way. Then Jerry Rice, Al Toon, Stanley Morgan, Roger Craig, Gary Anderson, J.T. Smith, Tony Collins. I didn't expect that name up there. And then Herschel Walker, Gary Clark, your top 10. So like four running backs. Yeah, 4 running backs, a tight end, and 5 wide receivers making up your top 10. Actually, is that right? Yeah, making up your top 10. So, all right, 1st and 10 now for the Giants. They're at Dallas's 30. See if they can cash in this time because they couldn't last time. We're going to go with a leaner. Let's do it again. All right, a 16. That'll be a short pass. A 22. Back to Bavaro. I mean, Phil Simms knows where his bread is buttered. 25 on defense. That's an AD, so we'll stay at AD. Short pass, Sims to Bavaro. A 12. That's a 28. He's going to get sacked. He's going to get sacked, but it's no loss. So it's sacked for 0. Gets sacked right at the line of scrimmage. Let's see who got it. For the Cowboys, Jim Jeffcoat pulling down Sims before he could get any positive yardage. Oops. Let's make it 2nd and 10, back at the 30. 2:15 to go in this first quarter. And we're going to go with a 4. That'll be an inside run. 54. That'll be dope. That's going to be Maurice Carthon getting the run here. 64 on your defense is a BS. So we'll go inside run, Maurice Carthon. 53. It's a 10, and he'll get 4. Carthon for 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now, up at the 26-yard line. Let's go short pass heavy. Whoa. Throw our dice around. All right, a 43. 43 is Joe Moore. No, 43 is... No, we're not going to go inside run. We're going to short pass. 43 is Joe Morris. He's a C. 56 on your defense is an AS. Make it a BS. So we'll go short pass. Sims dumping it off to his running back, his little safety valve, Joe Morris. And it was 56 was an AS. He's a C, so make it a BS. So Sims to Morris. 45. That's a 17. That's going to be complete, but only 2 yards. Morris could not get anything out of it. And he'll go out of bounds. He'll try to stretch it, but get knocked out of bounds. So it's 4th down. So let's bring out Raul Allegre for another attempt here. This will be a 41-yarder. Try to get somebody on the scoreboard. All right, Allegre, what do you got, buddy? A 53. 53 is a 19. And a 19 is going to be good from 28 and in. He's at the 24. So that is going to just inside the left goalpost. And the Giants are going to get on the board first and make it 3-0. We got a minute 15 to go in this first quarter, so let's kick it off. Allegre back out there. 45 again. This time it's a 9. And that is right to the goal line. 65.09. And it's going to be taken there by Gordon. No, not Gordon Banks. Robert Levette is going to take the kickoff. 12. 12 is not good. 12 is a 25. And I think 25, 25 is my favorite one. I talked about it last time. You got these kickoff returns where it's like, 91, 85. So they're not very different. 78, 84, not very different. You're going down. These are not different between the first quarter and the second quarter. Then you get to 25, and it is 20 or 6. Luckily, it's still the first quarter, so he'll get 20, and he'll start him off 1st and 10 at the 20. I guess he could have taken a knee and got the same amount. All right, a minute to go. I'm going to just run through this drive for Dallas, and then I'm going to call it a night. And I got a few things I want to do here before I go to bed tonight. So, 1st and 10 at the 20. Dallas is going to start with a 15. That'll be a short pass. $24. 24 is a BS. 52, that's Timmy Newsome, and he is an A. So let's make it an AS. And we'll go Danny White to Timmy Newsome. A 65, that's a 19. That'll be incomplete. So Danny White now 3 of 5. Earliness of this game. 3 of 5 for 32 yards. And let us bring out standard offense. 3, let's go inside run. 35, and that is CS. And 33 will be Tony Dorsett. So Tony Dorsett inside run against the CS. $36, that's a 22. And he only gets 2. And Dallas's offense, 42 total yards in the first quarter, just struggling here. Looked pretty good early on, but then just nothing since then. 42 total yards. 10 yards rushing and 32 yards passing so far. 1 penalty for 10 yards. The Giants haven't had a penalty yet. They have 109 total yards. They're doing a little bit better. 3rd and 8. Let's go short pass, Evan. All right, a 10. A 10 will be a short pass. A 12 on defense. That's going to be a CG. And 55, that's going to be Timmy Newsome. He's an A, so let's make it a BG. Oh, a big one for Danny White. And boy, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That pretty looking 1 in Danny White's 66 column. Look at that 1. And that is going to be a 78-yard touchdown, pass and run. Danny White hits Timmy Newsome for 78. And Dallas is going to take a 6-3 lead just as the quarter ends on a big play. They just quadrupled their yardage for the quarter on that one play. Let's bring out Raphael Septien to do the extra point. And 11. So we're going to go back-to-back, 66 and 11. That's going to be good. And it's 7-3 as the crowd goes wild. Yay. All right. And we are at the beginning of the second quarter. Let's do one more drive. Let's do the Giants drive here since it was such a short Dallas drive. So we'll kick it off. Let's bring out Septien. 45. 45 is a 29. And that is a 54-0-10. 54-0-10. So it will be... I got him under here somewhere. Who's my OB? It's Mark Collins, that defensive back. He's that starting defensive back. He's the only guy in the Giants defense who's not a 4. But he's going to be your backup kick returner. So what did I say, 54, right? Yeah, 54 D10 for Septien. All right, so Mark Collins is going to catch it. 46 for Collins is a 25, and he's going to get 6 yards. So he gets penalized by the 25 in the second quarter. So it's going to be Collins. Where are you at, Mark Collins? There you are. For 6. The Giants are going to start 1st and 10 on their own 17. A little shell-shocked here. We got Bill Parcells on the sideline, right? Is this Parcells versus Landry? I think it is. Let's see. Yeah, the Giants did win the Super Bowl. Here we go. Box score. Let's see. Yeah, this is Parcells versus Landry. A couple of really big football minds going at it here. 1st and 10 back on the 17 for the Giants. And it's an 11 for the Giants. And 11 is an outside run. All right, a 22. That's going to be Joe Morris. 43. 43 is an AD. Ooh, that's a good defense to run against. So AD, Joe Morris on the outside run. 46. That's a 24. And he's going to get 1. Joe Morris had a couple of opportunities against some passing defenses and just can't get it done here. Make it 2nd and 9. And they're going to go with an inside run this time. Stay on the ground. 35. That's going to be Morris again. 44. And that's going to be an AG. So this time it's Morris against the run defense. AG. 12. Seriously, that's a 26. And he'll get nothing. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Ed Too Tall Jones takes him in his arms and throws him down. What's Morris got so far? Morris is at, 7 rushes for 19 yards. Just can't get it going. 2.7 a carry is not great. 3rd and 9. Let's go short pass heavy here. And it's a 1, so it will be a short pass. 21. 11. So the defense is waiting for it. That's a BD. 21 is Bavaro. He's an A, so make it an AD. So short pass, Sims to Bavaro. 45. That's a 17. It's going to be incomplete. The Giants go 3 and out. Sims to Bavaro. No. And they're going to bring out their punter, Sean Landetta. First time he's been out here to punt, to kick it away. 54, and we're going to have a penalty. That's a 36. And they're on the 18, second quarter. And that is a 44-yard punt. It is downed right there, and it's a TZ, like zebra, TZ on the punt. 52. And that'll be a 9. That's going to be illegal formation on the offense. So the 44 gets into the, the 60, 44 and 18? What is that, 64, 62. So 62 from 100 is the, oh man, let's just do this. Punt, let's see what it does here. So we'll go Landetta, 44 yards. Let's see where that puts him. That puts him at the 38. You know what? They're going to take the penalty here. So that's going to be illegal formation. That's a 5-yard loss. Make them punt from the 13. And they have to get a 49-yard punt to get it to the same spot. And then they might get a return out of it too. So 5 yards against the Giants for illegal formation. And that's 15 seconds. And we'll punt it again here. This time from the 13-yard line. Landetta, 64 this time. 64 is a 6. And that is going to be a 50-yard punt. So they actually got it 1 yard deeper. But there will be a return. It's going to be taken by D10. Well, I think there's going to be a return. We have to see if he gets a fair catch or not. So it's going to be at the 37 now. D10 for Dallas is Gordon Banks. I love the name Gordon Banks. I will be using that in a book at some point. So a 32 for Banks is a 27. It's a fair catch, and he's going to lose a yard on the transaction. So bad decision by the coach of the Cowboys. It cost him a yard. Not terrible. And it's going to be first and Dallas at the 37, and that is where I'm going to take my break. That's where I'm going to call it a night. I got some stuff to do, so I will be back most likely tomorrow to keep playing this. Otherwise, it'll be Thursday, but I'll keep playing this. I love this 86 season. I'm already going to look ahead and see what game I'm play next. Probably the Dolphins. I love Miami. I love Dan Marino. So probably the Dolphins next. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll be back to play some more of this game in the next day or two. Have a good night.